element of light is incredibly important for our health. We are meant, or at least we developed outside in the sunlight. We are meant to be using light that reflects the sun's light. As the day starts and ends, as the day starts, we have certain wavelengths of light that come from the sun. As we get towards the middle of the day, those frequencies of light change to different frequencies that are given in the middle of the day. And then as we come to afternoon and dusk, again, the frequencies of light that come from the sun change. This is very important because we use that light. Our bodies use that light as code to tell us what time of day is it, and to trigger certain hormone releases that impact our circadian rhythm, and the rhythm of our hormone releases is very important for our health. When we came inside and began living indoors and then created light of our own, and then began changing that light, with each stage, we've changed our health and our ability to be healthy and to be aligned with the light that's outside. Our first lights were called incandescent bulbs, and they were full spectrum light. Now we have moved to more blue light dominant lighting inside of our homes. Blue light versus red light versus full spectrum all have different wavelengths. Our eyes and our skin, we absorb these wavelengths across our bodies, in through our eyes, across our skin. And when we are using incorrect light, it confuses our bodies, our cells, our mechanisms, and creates dissonance and creates an inflammatory state. So there are many ways to use light for health. We can, and I go through this with many of my patients, make sure that your lighting in your home best reflects what's happening outside. So in the early morning and towards the evening, having more infrared light and a lower amount of total light is very important to signaling our brains. It's time to wake up versus it's time to go to sleep. In the middle of the day, outside, there is more UVA and UVB light and more blue light in the sky in the middle of the day. So having full spectrum light at home and using blue light dominant devices during the middle of the day can be okay. But using blue light dominant devices towards the end of the day, when you should have more infrared than blue light based on sunlight, will confuse the brain. Perfect example, on our computer screens, our phones, the lighting that comes off of those devices is predominantly blue light dominant. So between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m., it's not terribly different than what's outside, although there is no UV coming off of your screens. But from a blue light, red light, there's more blue light and there's more blue light outside. So not quite as harmful. But when you start your workday while the sun is still rising and you're on a blue light dominant device, you are essentially telling your brain that it is solar noon. And that is very confusing to your brain. So I also have recommendations for things that you can, apps that you can use on your computers, your phones. I have recommendations on light bulbs that you can use to change the lighting in your home to a more beneficial environment. Also using light for its detoxification and cellular improvement. Things like infrared saunas are other devices that I highly recommend and that I support. And I will share these on this page as well. There is much to do with lighting and lack of lighting. Important in the evenings to not have light. So light blocking devices or light blocking decor, light blocking window treatments, things like this that can be very helpful for you to block out all the lights so that your body knows it's time to sleep. Any little bit of light that's streaming in is confusing your body. So these are all very important aspects of our health, and light is as important an element as the rest.